3, 2, 1. We'll share my screen and we'll get started. Okay. If you're seeing my screen, you see find the height of the parallelogram. The area is given below. So the formula for the area of a parallelogram is base times height. This is the base down here. Base, or the B. The height is this length here. We don't have that, but we know the area is 7.5. So 7.5 is the area. The base is 6, so we have to find the value of the height. So we're substituting those two values in. Divide both sides by 6. If you have a calculator handy, you can go ahead and do the calculation with me if you want, but it's 7.5 divided by 6. So the height is 1.25. Now we need units, meters and meters on that there. All right, number 2. Is that okay? Or let me know if you...
I got that.
Great. Number 2, find the perimeter of the rectangle. So the perimeter is 2 times the base plus 2 times the height, or you can add up all the distances around, but because the base and the height, they're the same on each side, you can multiply by 2. So the base here is x plus 2. That's the base, plus 2 times x minus 1. So 2 times the b, 2 times the height. We have to simplify. We're going to distribute this 2 to both of these. You can't just distribute to one, you have to do it to both. 2x plus 4 plus 2x, again, we're distributing to both, minus 2. You can combine like terms, so 2x plus 2x becomes 4x, and then 4 minus 2 is plus 2. So this is your expression for your perimeter, and it is in inches. I don't know if there's a place for units where you enter the answer, but
yeah, I can.
Okay, you want to make sure. All right, number 3. Number 3. All right. Find the area of a parallelogram in which the base is 3x plus 5 and the height is 7x plus 1. So a picture could help. A rectangle is a nice parallelogram to use because you're already pretty familiar with it. The base is 3x plus 5, 7x plus 1. So the area we already looked at this, is base times height. Your base is 3x plus 5. The height in your problem is 7x plus 1. So this is a FOIL now. First, outer, inner, last. You multiply the first term times the first term. That's 21x squared. The outside terms together, 3x times 1 is 3x. The inner terms together, 5 times 7x, that's 35x. And then the last terms, 5 times 1 plus 5. You combine like terms, you can combine these two. So it's 21x squared plus 38x plus 5. Now we do need units. They're both feet, so feet times feet makes feet squared.
Got that.
All right, moving along here. Copy image. All right, number 4. As always, if you need me to give more detail or in a similar problem, you let me know and I'll absolutely do that for you. Find the area of the triangle. So the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, okay? And the problem here is you don't have the base. This is the base down here. We don't have it, okay? We have the height, but we don't have the base. So we'll look at this as 2 separate triangles. The one on the left is 15 and 17, and we don't know this length here, okay? This on the left is what's called a Pythagorean triple. Have you heard of that before?
No.
No? Okay. So these are nice numbers that work out. 5, 12, 13, 8, 15, 17. So the reason these work out nicely is because they're whole numbers. Now, if you don't know that, you do know Pythagorean theorem. You know that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So in this problem on the left here, I'm sorry, on the right, x squared plus 15 squared equals 17 squared. That's using the Pythagorean theorem to solve for x. So you have x squared plus 225 plus equals 289. Subtract 225 and you find that x equals 8. Now x is just this part of the triangle.
So then you do the same thing on the other triangle.
Exactly. So that one I'll put down here 15. I'll call this x again. It doesn't matter. X squared plus 15 squared equals 25 squared. So we have x squared plus 225 equals 625. X squared equals 400, and you find that x equals 20. So now that you have those values, now you have the base. The base is these two values added together, 28. The height is 15. That's the height of this triangle here. So you just multiply those together, 14 times 15 or 28 times 15 divided by 2, and you get 210. And then we need units. It's the same units as the length, so inches squared.
All right, I got that.
All right. Moving along. All right. Find the height of the trapezoid if the area, okay. Find the height of the trapezoid. So the height is actually this length over here. The height is between the two parallel sides. So the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. So your base 1 is here and your base 2 is here, or you could flip them. That doesn't matter either. They do give you the area. So you're going to put 280 in for A. You do have your B1 and B2, 8 plus 20, but you don't have your height. So this is 28. Half of 28 is 14. So 280 equals 14 times H. Divide by 14, divide by 14, H equals 20. And then 20 centimeters.
All right.
All right, number 6. Find the area of a triangle. Okay, so we got another one here. The snip 2 in. Yeah, let me just snip this in again. You got to be close to being done with school. Is that true?
Yeah, I have like I think 2 weeks or
Great.
3 weeks. I
Great.
have no idea.
All right, find the area of a triangle in which the base is that and the height is that. We could draw it, but the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So you have this 1/2. Your base though is x plus 1. Your height is 8x. Now you can reorder these. Like if I tell you to multiply 4 times 5 times 6, you can put them in any order you want. It makes more sense to put the 8x next to the 1/2. So it's 4x times x plus 1. And then you're just going to distribute this 4x into both. So that's 4x squared plus 4x. And then we need units. Areas are squared, so this is feet squared. All right. Okay, so find the area of the kite. So do you know the area of a kite formula?
Isn't it diagonal
Uh,
one or one half diagonal one
yes,
and then diagonal two?
yes. Okay. So what's nice is you have, you kind of have diagonal one here because diagonal one is 2 times 7 squared root 3. So it's 14 squared root 3. But we don't have diagonal two. We need this piece, and then we need this other piece, or this other length over here. So this triangle here, we'll look at this one first. 7 squared root 3, 14. This is 7. You can get it by the Pythagorean theorem, or this is actually a 30, 60, 90 triangle. There's some properties associated with that. The short leg doubled is the hypotenuse. The long leg is the short leg times the square root of 3. We can go over that as needed, but we need to do it again for this this other triangle here. So that gives us this 7. We need this other triangle here. So due to some symmetries, this 7 square root 3 is also this down here as well. So this is 7 square root 3. This is 14 square root 3. So this time, this is a little bit more difficult. The short leg times 2, it gives you the long leg. 7 times 2 gives you 14 square root of 3. So this is now your short leg. So your long leg up here is the short leg times the square root of 3. So your short leg is 7 square root 3 times square root 3. 7 square root 3 times square root 3 is 7 times 3, which is 21.
Wait, how come it wouldn't be 7 square root 3 times 2? Oh, wait.
Your
Never mind.
hypotenuse is double the short leg. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just a little bit of a switch here. So this is 21. So diagonal 2 is 7 plus 21, which is 28. And you just said, okay, the area is 1/2 diagonal 1, 14 square root 3 times 28. So half of 28 is 14. 14 times 14 is 196. It's 196 square root 3 inches squared. Hopefully you have a way to enter that in for your answer there.
So you don't simplify that, you just write it like that?
It is as simplified as it can be, even though kind of even though you kind of want to do something with it. All right, is it okay if I move on to number 8?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so how about the area of a rhombus? That's what this one is all about. Do you remember the formula for that?
I have it, but I don't remember it. Let me check.
Okay, so it's I don't want to say this. I guess I'll just
Oh, it's the same as the kite, right?
well, I need to confirm this. It is. That's what I thought. I haven't done these in a while. So yeah, it's 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. This is a working backwards problem because they give you the area. They tell you the area is 3x squared plus 6x. They tell you that one of the diagonals is x plus 2, but they need the other diagonal 2 here. So it could be tough here to kind of figure out what to do. On the left side, you want to factor. So you have 3x that you can factor out of both, and that gives you x plus 2. Now, we wouldn't normally want to do this, but we can actually cancel out things that are the same on both sides. So that those cancel, and you have 3x equals 1/2 times diagonal 2. This is the thing you're trying to solve for. So you just have to undo this 1/2. So you multiply both sides by 2. and you have 6x equals diagonal 2. So that's your answer, and that's in meters because lengths are in single units.
All right.
Okay, moving on to number 9. All right, let me snip this in. That's right there. Find the area of a kite with. Okay, so we already talked about this. So the area is 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2, 1/2 times 6x plus 5, 4x plus 8. So I'm actually going to suggest here that we take 1/2 of these two numbers over here. You can move these things around if you want, but it's 1/2 of 4x plus 8 times 6x plus 5. You could wait till the end, but it's always better to get smaller numbers. This is 2x plus 4 times 2x plus 5. Now we got a FOIL again. So first is 2x times 2x, that's 4x squared. The outer is 2x times 5, that's 10x. The inner is 4 times 2x. The last is 4 times 5, which is 20. 4x squared plus 18x plus 20. And we're going to assign units. The lengths are both feet, so this is feet squared for your area.
Wait, where did the 2x come from?
You take 1/2 of the 4x and 1/2 of the 8. Is that okay?
I don't understand.
Okay, well, let's go back then. So you can FOIL this, but you're gonna have to take a half. And what I'm suggesting is to take half of this first. Is that I'm just rewriting it. That's all I'm doing in this step. So you're gonna take a half of 4x and a half of 8.
Oh, there.
So that gets you the 2x plus 4, because you have to do it to both of those. But you don't do it to this one because it's multiplying. It just combines with one term. Moving along. So okay, so now we're up to the FOIL step. Although, oh, I see what you said. Okay, I totally messed this up. I rewrote a 2 or something there because I'm like, oh, it doesn't look the same. 2x times 6x is 12x squared. 2x times 5 is 10x. 4 times 6x is 24x. 4 times 5 is 20. And then we combine like terms in the middle. And that's feet squared. Up to 10 here. Okay, so these aren't snipping in very well anymore. Just do it manually. All right, number 10. Find the area of the figure round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. Okay, so this is a parallelogram. So we're going to assume that this 10 is the base. It's not real well labeled, but let's just go with that. So the area is base times height. The height we can get from this triangle over here. There's really a right triangle. I'm going to redraw it because it's kind of unclear which is the 60. So the 60 is here and 6 is here. So the short leg, believe it or not, is, well, the short leg is here. So that's 3, okay? It's half of the hypotenuse. And then the long leg is the short leg times the square root of 3. So you take the short leg and multiply by the square root of 3. Okay, so that is the height. So the area is 10 times 3 square root 3. And it says to round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means you can put in an exact answer if we need to go to the calculator for this. If you know, let me know, but I'll put it in the calculator here. It's 51.96 centimeters squared. Okay, 11. Oh, 11 seems like it's out of place. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, find the area of the figure, round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. So the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So we don't have the base, or we have the height, or if this is the base, we need the height. So in short, we need this other length. So we'll call it x. X squared plus 5 squared equals 13 squared. X squared plus 25 equals 169. X squared equals 144. So x equals 12. This is another Pythagorean triple. So whether you want to call 12 the base and 5 the height, or switch them around, you're gonna multiply those two numbers together. 1/2 12 times 5, that equals 30 meters squared as your final answer there. Okay, on to number 12. We need to find this height right here. And we also need this other length because we want the base. This whole thing across is the base here. So we'll call this h. We can find h from Pythagorean theorem. This is actually another Pythagorean triple. H squared plus 7 squared equals 25 squared. So h squared plus 49 equals 625. H squared equals 576. So h equals 24. So that's 24 there, that height. And then you got this other triangle here on the left. That's 30, that's 24. We want to find x. So you can do the same thing again. You can say, okay, x squared plus 24 squared equals 30 squared. These numbers are bigger. Well, I guess we can do some of this. So this is 576. This is 900. X squared equals 324. So x ends up equaling 18. So this is 18 here. And this is 24, your height. So your base is all this. Your base is 18 plus 7, which is 25. Your area is 1/2 your base. Your base is 25 times your height, which we just found is 24. So just like an earlier problem, you can do half of 24 first. That's 12. 12 times 25 is 300. 300 inches squared. It's just a repeat of all the things we've done previously. Pythagorean theorem, multiplying base times height, so on. Can I move on to 13?
Yeah.
Great. 13 is an equilateral triangle, and you can just look up the formula for an equilateral triangle. Do you know if that's okay, or do you want us to do it out sort of long way?
Just do it like the shorter way.
Okay, so the formula for an equilateral triangle is square root of 3/4 times the side squared. And in your case, it's square root of 3/4 times x squared. We don't know the units, so it's like units squared as your answer for this one.
That's it. Not have to do anything else for that.
That's it. It just wants the area in terms of x, meaning x is in your answer. All right, copy image. Oh, blessed. Okay. 14. Okay, find the area in terms of x. So this is the short leg over here. So the long leg is x squared 3. You take x and you multiply by the square root of 3. The area is 1/2 base times height. It doesn't matter which one's the base, which one's the height. You're going to multiply them together. So one's the base, one's the height. You can multiply the x squareds together, but you can't do anything else. So it becomes square root of 3 over 2 times x squared. So kind of similar to that, and then it's units squared here.
Can you do that again?
Sure. Is this part clear on the 30, 60, 90 triangle? This is the reference triangle. It's like this is the short leg. The long leg equals the short leg times the square root of 3. So the short leg is x, the long leg is the square root of 3.
Okay.
The area is base times height, 1/2 base times height. The important thing here is you understand it doesn't matter which one goes where, you're going to use both. One's x, one is x squared 3. So x times x is x squared. And just to kind of like make this nice, you would square root of 3 is really square root of 3 over 1. So you would put it up front. Square root of 3 over 2 times x squared. Unit squared is your units, which it doesn't give, but I don't know if you have space for that in your answer. Okay, question 15. Question 15. So same thing, write the area of the 45, 45, 90 triangle in terms of x. These legs are the same in a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So this is x as well. What is the area of a triangle? It's 1/2 base times height. 1/2, the base is x and the height is x. So it's 1/2 x squared units squared for your units. Does that answer everything that you wanted to look at today?
Yeah, that was it.
All right. I will send out the notes and the screen recording here shortly. Thanks again for scheduling, and sorry for not dealing with that issue with the email, but thanks for finding the booking email. Have a great night. Thanks, Maddox.
You too. Thank
Bye
you.
now.